Okay, just hold on just a second. I have to say this now. This is not just a video clowning on Breath of the Wild. I like the game, okay? I like it a lot. It's just a comparison between it and Tears of the Kingdom. Alright, we good? Alright, perfect. Back to the video now. Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom. These are two games that have completely transformed the Legend of Zelda series. And dare I say it, these games will be remembered as two of the best Nintendo games ever created. But of course, there comes the question of which one is the best. This seems like a simple question on paper because most of the time, sequels do a pretty good job of improving everything that the original did. However, there have been some terrible sequels out there. Like, just take a look at these. Editor Noel puts them up there. A lot of people online have been debating this very harshly. I try and stay off sites like Reddit because, well, you know, it's Reddit. Like, do I have to say much there? Sorry, that was a bit of a low blow of a joke, but anyways, from my couple minutes of research, I saw thousands of people debating whether or not Breath of the Wild was even good anymore now that Tears of the Kingdom was out. Like, people were comparing it to something off the Game Boy nowadays, which is insane for a game that came out when? 2017? So, today I'm going to find out which one is definitively better. Because if you don't already know, we live in a capitalistic society, one that only values people for how much they spend on worthless pieces of plastic. So I'm telling you which one you should buy right here. Yeah, that kind of slipped out, my bad. Now, both games are open world survival games. Both games have exciting combat. And both games allow for almost any playstyle imaginable. Hell, putting them side by side, it's pretty hard to even tell the difference between them. But this is a vast oversimplification that's only looking at these games at face value. It's like looking at two Pokemon games and thinking they're the exact same. Then again, Let's Go Eevee and Let's Go Pikachu exist, so who am I to say? No shame to any of these, by the way. I like them both. I'm just saying that. Anyways, back to Zelda. Both of these games handle exploration very well, and other than minor tweaks like lighting, there's really nothing of note between the two. So, we're moving on. One of the biggest points of controversy in these games is weapon durability. And once again, the way these games handle this mechanic is practically identical. So once again, we're moving on. Now, abilities. Now this is where the biggest differences between these two games are presented. Now in the original game, there were magic bombs, magnets, a time freeze, and a power that makes you just like Frozen. And these are just the Sheikah's Lake powers. There are still the champion abilities to go over after all. These being Rivali's Gale, Mipha's Grace, Daru's Protection, and Urbosa's Fury. These powers give you an on-demand updraft, an extra life with additional health, a shield that defends you against basically anything, and finally a lightning strike that can even make Zeus jump. This is an impressive lineup to say the least. But then there's Tears of the Kingdom. Oh god, this is gonna take a while to list. In Tears of the Kingdom, there is the Ultra Hand, Merge Items, Ascend, Recall, and the Auto Build. Each of these abilities are useful in their own ways. The Ultra Hand is used to lift up heavy objects and fuse them together. Merge Items, you guessed it, can merge any two items in the player's inventory. Ascend can teleport you to the top of a flat platform. Recall can rewind time for a few seconds. And Auto Build, I'm not going to explain that last one, you can figure it out yourself. Also, it goes without saying, but both of these games have a camera mode and the ability to use Amiibo. So that's nice. It's safe to say that both of these games' abilities are very useful in their own ways, and I can only imagine the kind of chaos having all these abilities in one game could cause. But when it comes down to memorability, and of course, my personal bias, I think Breath of the Wild has better abilities. Hey, I know that Tears of the Kingdom has far more options to be creative with things like building, but there's something about using your fallen friend's abilities to aid you on your quest to defeat Ganon that just makes them feel a bit more special in my heart. Next up, we got the dungeons, literally the heart and soul of the Zelda series. Like, there are only a few games that come to your mind when you think of a dungeon crawler. The Legend of Zelda series, and The Binding of Isaac. Sorry, Enter the Gungeon, maybe one day I'll play you, but for now, back to Zelda. Both of these handle their dungeon crawling very seriously, while the more traditional dungeons have been replaced. Their replacements are very notable in their own right. In the original, there is a whopping 120 shrines, placed at random around the map. But the sequel, there are, drumroll please, 152. My god, those poor programmers must have been working on this game for so long. Anyways, this is insane. Not only does the sequel have more content and much more ways to be creative, but also has better visuals and improved performance. And, of course, presentation. At the end of the day, you're allowed to form your own opinion. I know that there will never truly be another gaming experience like how it was for me getting the Master Sword for the first time at my grandma's house. But even with that being said, I think Tears of the Kingdom has the edge overall. It's got more content. And the best part about this content is it's actually good too. Not some lazy half-baked sequel. While my personal favorite will always be Breath of the Wild, it can't be understated just how much Tears of the Kingdom improved the game's formula. Thank you all so much for watching. I really do appreciate all of you. Be sure to subscribe, and I hope to see you in the next one. Goodbye.